Hi guys, thank you very much for tuning in once again into my second part video where I bring you sort of the documentation series of videos, as I've said in my introductory video, about client laptops, issues that they are experiencing. In this particular instance, I've actually been contacted by a chap where he's experiencing quite a number of issues with his laptop. So for one, he actually asked me to just upgrade his antivirus, and he's been complaining about the laptop being slow, which there's actually a few factors as to why that is. Some of the letters on the keyboard seems to not respond, and then the battery is actually not faulty, but it's completely dead. As soon as I plug out the charger cable, it will just shut down. So yeah, there's quite a few things happening with this laptop, and that actually will lead me into my next video where I will actually discuss all the decisions that you ought to make between maintaining a laptop, buying a new laptop, when you'll have to actually face that actual decision. Because I mean, obviously, if you have a laptop that you find yourself working on quite often, and you would like to invest money into it to sort of keep it maintained, that will come down to a pro and con choice between, will I actually pay more than the laptop's actually worth to try and keep it up and running for a few years? Will I have to bypass that decision of maintaining this laptop and actually decide whether I should get an upgrade to a new laptop? So that is something that I will actually try and cover in depth in my next video. But I just wanted to bring to light the fact that I have this laptop that I have to go through quite extensively now, diagnosing a lot of the problems. Obviously, the fact that the PC is so slow, I've actually picked up that it seems that he has gotten a Windows 10 upgrade quite recently, or in the time of working with this laptop. I can pick that up quite frankly for the fact that some of the software is asking me, you've got a new operating system upgrade, you will have to reinstall the software that's actually the antivirus software that's on it. So it's no one is actually asking me to upgrade his antivirus for him, or activate it or reinstall it as it's actually prompting him in the message. Then the other thing is also, by standard, Windows 10 actually requires a minimum of certain hardware requirements to actually operate or function correctly. I've ran this thing now the last hour only to sort of clean up some files, just random files. It's a disk cleanup utility, and it's been running an hour only to clear up about 1.5 gig of files, which is not normal. So obviously the hard drive is being overutilized extensively. I mean, I can actually feel this thing is quite hot. If I just take the power brick in my hand, I mean, this thing is really hot. So obviously, okay, well, this is normal though. The power bank being that hot is normal. It's just the fact that the PC running that's sky high. Obviously, it's trying to suck as much hardware capacity out of the computer as much as possible, but it's not really getting what it wants because it's just too slow. So with the operating system, it requires a minimum, say Windows 10, also depending what architecture it is, between 32-bit and 64-bit architecture. So if it's 64-bit, let's just set the baseline at 64-bit. What it really requires is a minimum RAM of 2 gig. So in this case, he has a 2 gig RAM module plugged into this laptop, which really, it's gonna do what it needs to, but that's not really enough. It's not nearly enough. Actually, you need at least minimum 4 gig or higher to have at least the operating system run correctly. Then not even additional software you install on the laptop to try and do other stuff with it. So remember always, it's not just the operating system that requires a certain amount of PC specs, but you will have your antivirus or your other kind of software running on this thing, especially when it comes to startup software. When you start up your laptop, there's other pieces of software and processes running in the background that will start with your laptop, and that requires even additional PC hardware requirements. So now, yeah, obviously I'm faced with quite a few stuff with this laptop, and I'll obviously have to break it down as to all the different issues that there are with it, and whether it's worthy to actually get it fixed, get it repaired, get it upgraded, get it to a point where it's up to client satisfaction, and then weighing it into a category where will he will he be willing to actually pay for that amount of upgrades? Will it be, like I say, worth doing that? In the long run, if you're going to reach a certain margin, you might as well tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to pay the amount of money that I'm going to have to sort of upgrade or maintain or repair or do whatever I need to get this thing up and running, have it perform optimally for me for the next few years, as I've been using it the last few years. And will it be necessary for me to spend that kind of money? Or should I now really take that life step in sort of, well, it's not really a life step, it's just another upgrade really. It's, you know, might I need to buy myself a new laptop? So like I say, it will all come down to, in my sort of activity that I perform here, is I will try and sort of break this down to the very last in-depth detail, and I will explain that to the client, saying, you know, I'll show them proof actually of the laptop really not performing that well. I mean, you actually have a look at this PC right now. If I can just shove this thing a little to the, you know, I can't really zoom in over there. That's just the disk cleanup utility running that like that for the last. I haven't really started with diagnostics yet, so this has now been running like an hour and a half like this, only to clear up a 1 gig or 1.5 gig of disk space, which is by today's standards, even on a basic level, not really what you are looking for out of a PC. So now, if this is running so slow, I can't even imagine what it's like running the rest of the system, even on basic level. Man, you might as well, like I say, try and invest a little more to get this up and running. I mean, it's good that he upgraded to Windows 10. I mean, that's the operating system today. That's the latest operating system. It might be the last, depending on latest tech trends with what Microsoft is sort of making. They've been shoving around the company quite a lot this last year or two with what they are planning for the future. So I don't know what might happen operating system wise, but he is on the latest operating system. It's a home language version though, so it's like the lower tier of the Windows 10 operating system package. So now that's fine. So that's all right. I mean, that's good in software level, but in hardware level, the system's going to require quite a significant amount of more of PC requirements to actually have the operating system at least perform optimally. You want to have, if you can have your operating system perform optimally as best as it could by, you know, whatever multitasking you don't want to take 15 minutes to just open up a folder, that kind of stuff, you know. So it's best to sort of have your operating system perform as optimally as it can possibly perform, and then you have your margin set for other software to run on this thing as best as those software could. You know, whatever they will actually, you know, they will actually require their own kind of PC requirements as to what they require to run. I mean, just take for example maybe the latest package of Adobe Photoshop. You get the Adobe Creative Cloud suite. I don't know if that's in existence, and I know for a fact that you get the different suites with it. I mean, you get Adobe Premiere, whatever the Adobe packages offer you on the market. It's just that, let's just take Photoshop for example. You know, you've got quite a lot of stuff happening, CPU processing and especially memory, because I mean, if you work and you do what you need to do in that program, there's quite a lot of history that it builds up with all the layers and the soft and the textures and everything that you are doing within your Adobe project, and it can sort of eat up your PC hardware and utilization quite a lot. So now that's just one piece of software, and now you have your operating system here that can't even really run a little disk utility cleaning up some storage space, which is obviously a cause for concern. So in this regard, like I say, the laptop, I mean, I can't even see some desktop icons loaded up here. Like I say, this thing is just loading up nothing in terms, almost like loading up half our operating system over here because it's that slow. So now, obviously by today's standard, you want to have at least the bare minimum, but not as minimum where you are sitting with a PC so slow it might as well just be nothing. So this is just one more example of a client laptop that has various issues associated with it that I will have to look at and just give it in list form to the client and saying, but this is the story. If you are willing, I can go around getting some quotes for you to upgrade some of your parts. So I think the main concern really, it's not as big of a deal to upgrade your RAM, upgrade your hard drive, get a new battery, and also install a latest package of antivirus for him as he's asked me to. But the cause for concern release, he said, is some of the keyboard keys is not really working, some of the letters is malfunctioning. That's also another not really major hardware problem. You know, in most cases you can replace a laptop keyboard. It's just obviously once again coming down to the model number, how old the laptop is, if it's still available in this country. To be honest with you, in various instances you will have to source the hardware overseas, then you'll have to import it, and in those cases it's actually not that expensive. I mean, it's in some of the cases it's actually quite cheaper than buying or sort of sourcing a laptop keyboard locally, because obviously locally the economy, our country economy, is quite sky high with its costs, especially technology parts, and especially laptop parts. That's also part of my next video, where I'll weigh in the different pricing categories when it comes to laptop and desktop hardware. So now obviously it's no news to you guys as to what will be the most expensive category, really, and that's really just laptops. Let's just face it, laptop parts it's shockingly expensive these days. But yes, let's just keep it down to the basic level, where this is a keyboard that will probably have to be replaced if I cannot get these keyboard keys to function. Like I say, it can be also that the keyboard keys might have built up some moisture over time. Obviously, working with it, sweaty hands, all that jazz, different household circumstances, ventilation, you have it in room temperature, or you know, your room temperature is not as optimal as it should be. So now you are living in conditions where your components or your technical devices are sort of suffering and stuff like that. So you have various issues where you are facing kind of different problems with your PC tech. So this is where I am just sort of going to cut this video. I just wanted to share with you for the fact that I am working on a client PC right now that calls me to be sort of just going through all the stuff that has issues here. So the client really asked me to just sort of have an upgrade package rolled out here and look at the keyboard keys, the fact that the laptop is that slow. So that's, you know, when he mentioned that to me in a message form, I actually picked up quite a lot more that contributes to various factors as to what he mentioned to me in the first place. So it's really just subdivided as to what he mentioned to me. So like I say, there's various reasons why a PC can be slow. So that's my job as to why I can try and I can actually go in depth figuring out why it is that slow, and then give you the solutions as to what you can do to speed it up a little more. So yeah, it will come down to either software or hardware level. So that's part of the diagnostics process. So my goal to share this video with you guys is to just really make you aware that yes, it can be one problem, but that one problem can lead to many other problems. And that's also, like I say, my next video I will try and speak about as much as I possibly can, and it will stem down to the two main elements when it comes to desktop PCs and laptop PCs, and then splitting down as to weighing in and the pros and cons as to what you will face in terms of costs for PC hardware in trying either maintaining your laptop or buying a new laptop. So or even opting for desktop PCs to be exact. So in that case, like I say, it's gonna be a discussion of different choices that you will face. I am not gonna tell you, okay, go and buy this, go and buy that. But I will completely share with you my unbiased opinion as to what you should do. But that's completely your decision as to what you really want to do when it comes to investing in your own personal computer hardware or lifespan, or your asset as to what you want to do for it, you know, for future proofing it in terms of at least for the next few years, and what's going to be the most cost effective, what will fit your pocket, especially in today's standards, especially in this country and economy and time we are living in. So yeah, like I said, I will bring out that next video, and I'm not too sure when it's going to be though. It's obviously with my full-time job I have quite a lot going on, but like I say, I will do my best to do what I can to inform my potential customers. And this is just another scenario where I'm facing quite a lot of stuff with just one piece of hardware here. So now, like I say, that this was my goal that I tried to, that I've mentioned in my introductory video, is to try and just discuss a few stuff with you guys and bring about to light a lot of things that we are facing with our PC Tech hardware and what I can do for you guys and what I can offer. If I cannot do it myself, I will definitely refer you to quite a few reputable companies out there that will be able to help you, and I know quite a lot of them. So, and I've experienced quite a lot of my own instances where they delivered quite the best service that I can possibly speak of. So yes, this is where I will sort of greet you guys for now. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I'm so sorry that I am not really entertaining you guys right now by giving you some flashy videos and flashy way that I sort of go about dealing with the opening up a laptop. I might end up opening up this laptop to sort of just to get down to the keyboard issue here. That will probably be part of my next video or the next video after that. Also depending on how long I will be working on it. I suspect if the client gives me the go-ahead to go and source some parts for this thing, then I might spend quite a long time on this, and that I will make part of my next line of series of videos that I might bring out. And this is now been really diagnosing a few of the problems, but I would really hope that I will sort of bring out a video where I actually go about and tackling and repairing this thing, which will be a very nice video to actually see, to actually look to the final product. So I've given you sort of the before and after, the before really. I would hope to give you the after in a future video. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all for supporting me in the work that I'm trying to do and the services that I'm trying to deliver. I'm really trying my utmost best into getting the exposure that I need, and also dealing with all your PC hardware issues, you know, and software issues, PC Tech issues. Let's just encapsulate that for now. But yes, this, like I say, please share my pages, my Facebook page, Lapto Refurbz. My website is laptorefurb.wixsite.com/home. And I have a YouTube channel. As you are actually watching my video, I suppose you actually know about that. So I will try to do what I can in sharing my links everywhere as possible I can. I ask you please to share with family, with friends, whoever you can. Please like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That will also benefit me so much, and it will make it more possible for me to actually bring these videos out to you. And yes, I thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. And yeah, also leave comments on the comment section on each of my videos. There's quite a few. Actually, there's 3 on my YouTube channel that I've brought out so far, but I'm going to try and bring out some more. And the more you guys support me, the more I will be able to do this, and the more I will be able to be in a position where I can actually help you guys solve some PC Tech issues. And I can actually live up to my motto, where I promise you professionalism, reliability, and quality. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.